Alright guys, the Times of Canada studio welcome AKakaAmazing and Satinder Dhillon. We were all together actually at Rogers Place last weekend to witness the history in making Arjan Bhullar defeating Brazilian fighter in the ring. So I would like to welcome both of you. Welcome in the Times of Canada studio.
Thanks for having us, man.
So let's start. AK, first of all, how do you feel it? What is your experience? What are your feelings? And what would you like to say about this whole week that you have spent with Arjan Bhullar and the entire team Bhullar?
Honestly, the experience was lovely, but I would say it was more surreal than anything. Like, it was his first time and my first time being at UFC, so everything was like literally new to us, you know? But if you were to talk about feelings and how you were thinking it would all go down, I think even Satinder says, I think this was all premeditated. I think we already knew we were going to win, and like how we were all like focused. I think it was already going to go down the way it did, so like we were happy that it happened. I mean, it's not like we were blown away because we felt it.
We already knew, the team already knew that this will be happening.
For sure.
That's why the after party was planned in advance. A lot of people, they flew from UK, from different parts of Canada as well.
Yep.
The whole team were totally charged. Sure. I can see that because I'm being in that arena. Yeah. The energy level was really high. Sure. Yeah. So this was all pre-planned by God, I think.
Even Joe Rogan on the commentary is like, and the place is going crazy, and that was all Yuppies in there, man. They made that place like roar, man. Literally, it's like a stadium from Rome or something, gladiator stuff going on.
The slogans going on, Arjun, Arjun. So
sure.
that was amazing.
Exactly, yeah.
So let's move to Satinder. I think you were planning all this along with the team Bhullar from the beginning. So what was the idea, what was the vision behind it?
You know, when I met Arjan a few years ago in passing, and then in the last 7-9 months, we really amped it up in terms of working together. And it's just this incredible story of the Akada, which is where Arjan trains at his house, and the 2 generations that it took to train. First an Olympian, and then going to the Commonwealth Games and winning the gold medal. And then those are pretty high highs, and then to completely switch. In terms of sport, to completely switch and add on all these other different things, learning to use your hands and all the grappling and everything that goes into it. It was an incredible story. When I met Arjan and I met his dad, I mean, his dad's got a phenomenal story to start with. And uncle's just, they call him a beast. You got to see these pictures from back in the day. He's just jacked. That's the word that's been used most often.
Yeah.
And push-ups 2,000-3,000 a day. Arjan's got those bricks.
Wow.
Arjan's got those bricks sitting in the Akada now. Actually, when Jinder Mahal came down to train at the Akada, he did push-ups with those bricks. So wow. That's what motivates Arjan, and it's an incredible story. And this is but one step. You notice after Arjan, they lifted his hand in victory. He was humble. He had his head partially it wasn't one of these like huge celebration things. It was the first step has been taken. And Arjan and I have spent hours and hours analyzing and dissecting, and I've been learning quite a bit about what a fighter's mind is like and how strategic a thinker he is. And then he went in there, and as you said in one of the interviews I saw of yours, but it's 100 years of our people's history, and having this happen live in Edmonton, where there's a good South Asian population, having people fly on from all over the world, the team Bhullar did an absolutely amazing job, and we're just happy to be a part of it.
Definitely, I think it's a great moment for all of us. AKakaAmazing, you are a YouTuber and a lot of kids, a lot of youth follows you on that. What made you to get connected with Arjan Bhullar, and what made you to come to this? What was the motivation behind it? Because people look at you, they look at you from a perspective that you are a comedian, you want people to enjoy their life, you want to make them happy. And there's a message in all your YouTube videos as well. So what was the motivation that you connected to Arjan Bhullar, and how did you get connected with Arjan Bhullar?
A lot of mutual friends here, like Satinder and Tef, and I mean, I've been actually keeping up with this stuff from before they even, approached UFC, and even wanted to, get into the preliminary stages? Sorry, not the Pandani book, I'm at the great But pretty much before even that stage is when they were trying to get video content to show to like Dana White and all these UFC people. I was even helping out putting a little montage together, so I've kind of been there the early stages with Satinder. But even after that, I feel like, since he's Punjabi, he's the first one to do it. I have video skills, this whole thing needs to be documented. I feel like, why not put my skills to use, So that's what I did. I mean, I don't know if you saw those daily recap videos, that's what I did. And a lot of people are really vibing with it. The people that didn't, first of all, a lot of people didn't even know this was going down. And after the people that know have at least were be able to experience that, like the feeling, what it must have been, like for the weigh-ins all the way to the end and the after party, like I felt like they were part of the experience just by a 1 minute clip, you know. So that's what I did. I brought my video skills to the platform, and that's what I had to offer. I mean, we were there at the after party. I was there during the whole process, so that was more of a blessed opportunity.
Yeah, I must compliment you. I have seen you a couple of videos, the way you have shooted them and you have played them and put it all together.
Yeah.
And they are nicely done. And the angles you have, chosen, and then it shows that there's somebody professional behind it. When I met you first time, I never thought that you were that professional, but now I can see. Talking about the fight in Arjan Bhullar, I mean, once we were there in UFC, Rogers Place in Edmonton, this seems to be very blooded, very challenging. So how do you feel like, say, if I have to go there and fight, myself needs a lot of guts for that, needs a lot of courage for this. So Arjun going there and whole team backing up his family especially. So what are your thoughts, Arjun?
You got to be, I was talking to Jazz Thummy who came, and he's actually a Muay Thai fighter, and I asked him from a fighter's perspective. He said that the guys at the UFC, they're a whole different level. You have to be, the word he used was, you have to be an animal. Like you have to be.
You have to love pain.
Yeah. That's another thing he said. Yeah, you gotta love pain. Like you have to be the epitome of fearless to get into that cage where you can use everything. There are no rules. It isn't like just the boxing, or it isn't just karate or whatnot. So it's the ultimate combo of everything.
It is.
I guess that's why it's become the fastest growing sport in the world as well. And what Dana White and these guys have done, I guess it's in us, from Roman times till now. That animal spirit to see who's tougher. And
Definitely.
Me personally, I wasn't a humongous fan of like two people beating each other up for entertainment, but the purpose of Arjun being there and what he wants to do with the platform, that's what connects me to it, is that he wants to uplift our community and all South Asians around the world. Over 1.7 billion actually South Asians. Those are all the nations that he represents, all those countries and the diaspora, South Asians in the world. And he's Canadian, and he represents the underdog. They've always told him, you're a little too short, your build's not quite right, maybe you should lose some weight in terms of go to light heavyweight. He trains, I think, 300 plus days a year, trains year round. I've never met a more focused and intelligent individual combined in one. And he's had an awesome parenting. And this is, I don't know if Uncle and Auntie will get mad, I don't think they will, but this kid had the best upbringing ever, and that I've ever met of anybody. And he's never actually been hit once. Punjabiyan ne ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਜੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਪੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ, ਸਾਰੀ community ਜੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਪੜੀ ਹੋਈ
So
ਹੈ.
Ladla Putriya,
Not even Ladla. His dad was tough on him in the gym. Ladla, are you kidding me? He's like ਪੈਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਰੱਟਣ ਪਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ. But he got it where he needed it, and he got a tremendous amount of love. So this guy is just, he's a culmination of everything that goes right when you raise a child properly. And it's just something, just being really fortunate to have met him. He's my friend first and foremost. We want to get this out to as many South Asians in the world, get that hype built. Conor McGregor's got a nation of 4.3 million roughly behind him. We've got over 1 billion strong. Our job is to get out there, get the word out there, get Dana White and these guys, he wins his fights, promote him, get him out into the bigger fights faster, and get the job done, because it's a dangerous sport. And he's doing it for all of us. Like Arjun's dad said on the plane on the way back, you remember, it's sare community da banda. It's for everybody. Now the community, do with it what you will. And just thank you to him, thank you to Teflon Don, and we were sitting there with AK one day when he was cutting the video to just keep people up to date in the world. And he gave me this. And he just came and just put it around me. I usually don't wear stuff, but they got the suits on and stuff, because that's what we have to wear into our cage.
Definitely.
Arjun and I have this thing, we say from the courtroom to the cage. And I was like, between both of us, we've got it covered. And he fights his way, I fight my way, and I think it's a good combo. So he put this on me, and I've grown attached to it the last few days. But today he's like, look, that one, it's my special one, and you gotta have it back. So I'm actually gonna take it off right now.
That's a necklace presentation ceremony.
This is good energy, and just Rab the Kamar are bringing us all together. We're doing that thing they do in the movies.
God bless you both. God bless. So again, congratulations to both of you for putting this together and being part of Team Bhullar, and then taking it all the way to Edmonton, bringing everybody back, and doing whatever needs to be done for the team. At the end, what would you like to say? The thing coming into my mind is that over 1 billion people in India are waiting for Arjan Bhullar. They are waiting for a fighter who will stand up in the ring and say that we accept any challenge or anywhere, any challenge, I would say. So what are the closing comments from both of you? Let's start with AKAMazing.
I would say that's already a first step in the right direction. You're saying we're going to accept any challenge. I don't know, because remember his dad was saying on the plane that Luis guys didn't really want.
Yeah.
They told Arjan not to take the fight, and what did we do?
Yeah.
We took the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So really, like Arjan doesn't care.
First fight was off.
Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
He's ready to do what he wants to do, and that's what it is. And this is just the beginning. I mean, I've been making videos for what, 7 years, and then at that time there was no one on the internet doing anything. I'm talking about Punjabi or Indian. Making videos, no one was producing kind of like cool music, no one was painting stuff and putting it up there. Like now all of a sudden there's a huge community, everyone's doing everything, you know what I'm saying?
Follow each other.
And Arjan is just another one to join the ever-endless cycle of all these artists that are doing very, very unique stuff, and here we are, connected to every single one. You know, what are the chances? You know, I've been doing that since the beginning, and that's why I'm here, just to put on offering, right?
No, you are doing an amazing job, amazing. Okay, so it's our pleasure, and I would say it's a great honor for us as well for having you in our Times of Canada studio. Mr. Satinder, what would you like to say at the?
You know what? You know what I just thought of when I was standing here? We've been talking about Arjan, we've been talking about the UFC, the South Asians, what it's for our community, and you know we're all one community in the world. The faster we get to that point, the better.
Yeah.
But you know, South Asians and other minorities, we just want equality. We don't want any more or less than anybody. We just want to be equal. So 100 years of our history is in that cage with us right now.
Yeah.
And you know, one of the people that hasn't been mentioned, because I guess it's just, you know, it's just not a thing, I guess, but I'd like to thank Luis Enrique for competing. He's from Brazil. It's not like that country's 100%. They have their own, you know, like 100% meaning there's things that need to be fixed there. There's a lot of pain and suffering in that nation too, and he was representing Brazil. So he fought, he was a tough competitor. Anybody in the UFC that gets there, there's only, you know, a few hundred people that are in the league and in specific divisions. I don't even think there's 100 in each division. So thank you to him, you know, for participating and doing it for whatever reasons he's doing it for. And you know, it was a great experience, and I'd like to thank, you know, Arjan Singh Bhullar. I'd like to thank, you know, his father, who's not here, Arjan Singh, who came in the 20s, built something absolutely massive in Canada, one of the great untold stories in this country still. And, you know, of course, you know, my own mom and dad. My dad passed away 2 decades ago, and if he was here today, when you come around Surrey and you see young Punjabi kids, you know, like, that wasn't the time back then. My dad had a term and it was a different time. And so seeing where the world has come today, and you see guys like Hardeep Sajjan that are our defense minister, and the world has changed for the better in a lot of ways, but we also live in a Trump Kardashian paradigm as well. So I think people like AK, who's, you know, very obviously hilarious in front of the camera, but he's a deep individual. I've gotten to know him over a few projects that we've done together, and he has that, you know, that hunger to want to change the world. That's why his career trajectory has been what it's been, and I've had good, long, serious discussions with him about how do we help Punjab, how do we help our people. The core of our reasoning is similar, so that brought a lot of us together. And you know what? Just, it was a great experience. And maybe one day, you know, we don't fight in the cages and we don't fight in the courtrooms even. It's a utopia. Maybe it's 200 years of growing pains for the world. But these are the steps to get there. And in a digital community, all of this evidence will be left just like those old textbooks and books and things. Record history, keep going. Record history, keep going. In this day and age, the microphones, the cameras, what a great way to record history. People can actually watch it rather than read about it and think about it. And I have to say one last thing just because the thought popped into my head. Back when history was recorded, even when the Bible was written, the standard of historical accuracy was if an event happened today and it was recorded 40 years from that day, it was considered historically accurate. Now just think about how inaccurate that is.
Yes.
If we talked about this 40 years from now, if we sat in a circle, by the end of the circle it would be different.
Different story.
And I saw this here, and I wanted to just give you some credit because I just saw these tickets sitting here, and this is, I was in India, so I couldn't come back for this. It says right here, and this is what we've been saying: Arjan Singh Bhullar community send off. You know, be a part of history.
Yeah.
And the man went in there, and he made history for all of us. So. First and foremost, Arjan, you were in the cage. You are the person that did this, and we appreciate you letting us being part of the journey. And I can't say enough. Great friend, first and foremost.
All right, I think we shared a lot of thoughts today, and I would like to say thank you to Satinder and AKAMazing to coming to the Times of Canada office and sharing your thoughts and giving us advices on this. And then future we'll get together again. October 14 is Diwali Gala. Times of Canada is putting up another show. So I invite you all to come, visit, experience it, and to feel the warmth of the event. All right, checking out from the Times of Canada.
Team Bhullar.
Team Bhullar.
That's right, Team Bhullar.